Hi everyone, thank you so much for tuning into my tarot channel today. My name is Paulina and I wanted to share a tarot reading with you today. And this is about a dynamic with you and another person, and I'm going to leave it at that. It will become possibly more clear as to the dynamic and the true nature of the dynamic as we go on. So right away I'm getting an intense energy, maybe an intense connection. Ooh, we got the Lovers. So definitely this was a connection that this person saw you that way, and there was mutual love and care. And at a certain point though, things were halted, Chariot reversed. There was a standing still point where it's like a point of no return. And it felt like there was no leader also, and no one guiding anyone. And there was really nowhere to go in the relationship. There was an injustice, and this may have been a close, almost even maybe you were married to this person and they brought stability. There were other people involved that were like creating disharmony. And really what this person wants with you is this happy family life that they envision. Let's get some of your feelings about this dynamic. It sounds like you feel financially blocked, like you don't have the income or the resources to be in a relationship, or to change your life, I guess, to make let this person into your life. And what else about your feelings about this dynamic and this relationship? You feel like this person you feel like maybe they don't care for you, like maybe they're just thinking on a mental level. Like I think you may feel like very almost detached because you sense that they don't have feelings for you, but there's actually just a rest period happening right now. Let's get some info about their feelings. They definitely feel like meeting you was like a change of fortune, like they didn't see their life going that way. They didn't connect with a lot of abundance before meeting you. I'm not sure as to why that is. Let's get some info there. This person had a lot of defensive stuff going on. They're very in their defenses in their life. They may have had something traumatic happen to them. So they didn't let a lot of people in, and they were very alone. And then you came along and you were very sweet and sensitive, and this is a card of sensitivity and forgiveness, caring, nostalgia, innocent relationships. Perhaps you knew this person in the past now. So yeah, let's get one more card about the true nature of their feelings, actually, which you perceived to just be coldness. No, that's not our card. True nature of their feelings. Okay, so they had an intuition that they had a feeling that this maybe paranoia that you were going to hurt them. Okay, so there was like a big fear of letting you in. Maybe you got really close, maybe closer than a lot of people have been, and there became like a need to end it because there was like it's almost like you interacting with them brought up mirrors of their pain that they and their shadow that they weren't ready to deal with, because you were asking them to grow. And they're very disappointed when you left their life. I want a little more info about what actually happened that made this split happen, though. Sort of like a divorce situation. Maybe you actually were married and got divorced, or maybe, because this can be about marriage, or maybe you were just so close that it was like a marriage, but also, maybe there was just not a lot of order, like there was disorder in the relationship, I'm feeling. And in the end, what happened in the end here? It seems like there was an ending in the communication and the interaction, but I'm not sure why right now. Yeah, somebody felt very disempowered in their life, and maybe both people felt like they couldn't take a stand, felt like there were things they wanted to do that they weren't able to. And also there was something about, this is Ace, is a 1, something about being alone. I'm feeling that both people have been very alone in their lives. And I think seeing that mirroring of somebody else brought something very intense. With the defensive card again. What does the Spirit want us to know about this interaction and why it ended? Yeah, there's some folly here, some impulsivity. Maybe one person maybe they put their foot in their mouth, or maybe one person was like very sensitive and tuned into something that was there, but then sort of acted rashly as a way to deal with it. Yeah, I'm getting both people, maybe there was like impulsivity, or like also just the need to like jump off a new cliff, like, and to leave this energy. Yeah, and I think that you, the viewer, are connecting with some old feelings of, like, you didn't feel abundant when you knew this person, and now you're realizing that abundance is like so much more than money. Even though, like, I'm sensing that maybe you don't have money, but maybe you're like thinking of your life in a totally different way, like a sort of nonconformist way with money, where you feel rich, and you feel creative, and you feel abundant, and yet I'm sensing that you're not talking to this person anymore. And also maybe there's community support somehow, that you're talking to like a group of women or people that are emotional, or just feeling abundant. Okay, you felt weak, and now you're strong, and you're coming out of a time of weakness. So I think you were reliant on this person in some way. But I'm thinking that there was something negative that they did that actually made you leave, because I'm sensing a very passive energy actually with you, where you're like, I'll just leave, no problem. I think that has to do with your childhood. I always go back to the childhood, but I'm really into psychoanalysis, so sorry. I think that we repeat a lot of the cycles from our childhood over and over. So there may be something that you want to look at in your childhood about leaving, being left, the need to leave. But you left this. You went away. This is a card about leaving, about going on to something else, leaving something behind. Still not clear about why exactly. I'm getting that maybe there was some hurt feelings, maybe both people put their foot in their mouth, maybe there was some rash decision making and some need to start again with the Fool card. But yeah, I think maybe there was actually some emotional, maybe there was some deception here about true feelings, because I think that maybe the other person had sort of an energy of offering love to you, and at a certain point they changed their mind. It became like deception instead of love. Thin line between love and hate. Maybe Lennox. I'm not sure. I think this person, you both are like obsessed with money. I get this feeling. And I think that there's going to be actually an opportunity coming up for you. It's a sideline, but I think that you're in a really open place. And there's going to be some financial change, opportunity upcoming within the next few months. It's going to really change your life. And that's going to change your perspective, because you're going to realize that you don't have to really work so hard. I think you've been punishing yourself for this ending, and you've been very disappointed. emotionally about this ending. Because with the Lovers card, we got that right away. You truly cared and loved this person, cared for and loved this person. Lovers is also a choice card and Gemini card. Okay, so this person had duality, and you had to choose what was best for you. That was really hard for you because I can sense in your heart chakra that you really truly love this person. And there was partnership. I'm not sure for how long. I'm getting the number 6, 7, 6, maybe 6 months, maybe a year, because 6 times 2 is 12. Maybe 6 years. I think that you're in a state of suspension. I'm sorry, the video got interrupted because my dog was being an a-hole. She's really in rare form lately with her barking at people. It's really annoying. I think actually that may be what happened here. I think you felt criticized and you felt like this person was actually being mean, and even though you loved them, you were like, I can't like be treated this way. Maybe there was like avoidant or dismissive stuff happening. Maybe they said some things that hit a little too, like crossed some boundaries. But I think this person may be dealing with addiction or because the other side of the Lovers is the devil. I don't want to discount that here. There could be like something that they're dealing with that you don't know about, and some choice that they're dealing with. Maybe even just the choice of having you in their life at all. It's not our card. I want like a healing message here from Spirit for the reading for both people's higher selves. Okay, so this was not really... I think that you had to leave this to come into your power. It's like you were like, okay, whatever this is with this person, whatever you're dealing with, I can't be involved. This could also be not a love relationship. This could be family. I'm sensing that you had to majorly remove yourself. You were like, whatever like this is, I don't want to be involved in this. And that's why I said that maybe like a tendency. It's actually a really good strategy to just let these people deal with their BS on their own. The Gemini card can also denote just like people you come in contact with, in your daily life. So like maybe you were surrounded by people who were like, because Gemini can be neighbors and just people that we interact with, brothers and sisters. Maybe you were like in a place in your life where you felt really pulled in a lot of directions and also bothered by people that weren't, because I know Lovers cards are so positive, right? But I'm telling you, there's other connotations here. Like, I think that also you love someone else, okay? So you loved this person. And I think that there's actually a duality choice because you fell in love with another person here, okay? And I think that's part of why you actually left this person that you were with, because you started to see and then you thought maybe their withdrawal had to do with them seeing someone else too. So you were like, okay, I'll just completely withdraw from that. And then I think you actually withdrew from the other person that you fell in love with too. You withdrew from both situations because you were like, I choose me. And that is nice. But I think you actually have a problem. Like, I think there may have been like choose company, three's a crowd. Like, I think there was people that you were like, if you wanted to pursue either situation, you would have had to like make it work with other people. Like maybe you would have had to like, maybe you saw that like one person was like in a divorce or like would have had to leave that situation. You would have had to like interact at some point with their family or like, be involved in that dynamic, and you were like, I don't do that kind of drama. Or maybe same thing, maybe they had like a toxic family and you were like, I just don't want to like work with these people. Like maybe you were like, I just can't like it could just be like even their parents, maybe they were just like really harmful or toxic, and you were like, How about no? But I don't think this is necessarily a bad trait, is you like abandoning situations. I think you just need to look at it, because I think there's times when it's worth staying and times when it's not. And I'm getting, yeah, just again, you were like in between a major choice point, like this way, that way, this energy, that energy, and you instead chose yourself over either person. This is interesting, this reading. I think that your goals in life have changed, my guides are telling me. You know, maybe 10 years ago thought, I'm thinking in this traditional way, I have to have these things off my list, and now I think some things have happened where you're a little bit more open-minded and seeing differently. And that may be hard because you may have had expectations that, again, we got this card, Hanged Man. You feel in suspension that your expectations or your goals are not, you can't meet them, they're not able to be met. I don't know what the situation is, but you're in some sort of like holding pattern, liminal space, purgatory type place. And you chose neither person. You chose yourself. And also, honestly, I think both people, this is the second time we've gotten this card, but now it's reversed. Both people disappointed you, okay? Because you felt like neither person valued you in the way that you wanted. And you realized that, and then you may have then said, okay, how do I want to be valued? How do I value myself? We got that card already. I'm going to get a final closing card with the message for the reading. I think that there's going to be a lot of good things coming to you, that if you just stay in this receptive place, but we got the Empress card. If you stay in that receptive place, don't get too caught up in, you know, it's sort of like just keep swimming. Dory said, that fish character Dory says in Finding Nemo. Don't get too caught up in, you know, whether this or that will work out. Just keep going and just keep trying. And the fact that you were able to stand on your own, I think there's actually going to be a new person who's in a new energetic place. Neither of these people that didn't see you, I think there's going to be a new person. It could possibly be one of them who's completely changed their energetic field, and then you would meet them in a different way. But right now, they're disappointing you, and they're not putting you first, either of them. And this is really about you finding, you know, sort of valuing yourself. Maybe you came from a family where there were a lot of children and didn't get the attention you needed from your either parent, and this is about that. This is about, you know, giving yourself that love and validation, and when to do that, you're going to attract somebody who gives that to you as well. So I'm sending you so much love, and thanks for tuning in.